that trip us up. And even I need to go back in sometimes and do a refresher so that I can take advantage of the app. And Instagram's so much like Facebook too, that it's helpful to help to cross-reference. And the more you know about one platform, it really helps you understand all of the platforms, truly. So like I don't get most of my business on Instagram. I'm going to be honest. I get it off of Facebook and even TikTok. But I use Instagram to shoot my videos. So I use it really as an editing tool. So just realize that you can be flexible in how you use these different social media tools. But more importantly, the Instagram users are getting older, which is good for us, right? Because that means that they're going to be coming to the point where they're going to be able to afford a home, things like that. And so we definitely want to make sure that we are available, especially because Instagram is so great when it comes to SEO. So whenever they're typing in Austin Realtor, Dallas Realtor, that is a great opportunity for you to show up and to basically kind of show up like a web page, like you did on Google, right? But also your Instagram can show up on Google. Like that's an opportunity for you to increase your SEO in other places. And I think that's a lot of times what we don't think about is that when you're on Facebook, when you're on Instagram and all of those things, your SEO ticks up on Google, right? So that when people are searching you up on Google, you pop up there as well. So if they're looking for Austin Realtor and they type that in and you have a lot of content up, you're going to be more likely to pop up there as well. So that's the other reason why I love it is because the more places you post, even if you're not managing them, right, the more likely you are to show up in different places. Just a couple things about Instagram. It started off as a picture platform, really. A lot of people go there to be entertained, to be inspired, and now to be educated. But really, the main thing is to be entertained and inspired. That inspiration is a big key to Instagram, but the education is there as well. So I want you to think about that when you're posting as to where you're coming from. Because every platform is different. So you want to make sure that you're tailoring it to that platform. But today we're just going to be going over the basic navigating the app. This is going to be super quick because I know y'all have places to go. And then the second part, we're going to keep going. So this will be a whole series, okay? So if you feel like there's something you didn't learn, don't worry, we're going to get all into it. So by the end of the series, you're going to be a pro. Sounds good?
You guys, part of the reason too that is really tricky is about Instagram is that everybody they roll out things in waves, so everybody ends up seeing a slightly different version of what's going on their screen, and so it does make it sometimes a little confusing. I will tell you that yesterday my husband who is a only really Facebook user and does not use Instagram was trying to make a post on Instagram. And he was like, I tried to do it this way. I tried to do it this way. We went through it several different times. He was asking me questions and I was cracking up because I was like, you really don't know how to use this app, and was like laughing about it. Well, when I went over to try to do it, I have no idea like his app looked like something I've never seen. And I look at your Instagrams all the time. I look at Instagram all the time, looking at how to fix it and talk about it. And his had screens that I've never seen. It had in like all kinds of things. And I could not answer the question. I was like, I can't figure it out. I played with it for a little while. I ended up giving up because I couldn't figure it out. So it is a little bit of a tricky thing as it leaves different. It looks different all the time.
Absolutely. And do know that every platform is so different. My daughter struggles with Facebook. She's 21 and she's like, that platform is so confusing. So the nice thing about Instagram is it is a more simple platform, but they don't all look alike on every platform. So also I love the random questions in the chat. This gets me so excited. Ask any random question. It doesn't have anything to do with the class either. Like I love that. So like Lynn's like, I need to know how to put the Hive app on my phone. Awesome. Like we'll help with that too. And she's leaving for pickleball, which means me and Lynn are now playing pickleball together because I'm only a little bit competitive, Lynn. So let's go. And I'm going to make you play with Jorge because he's my partner and we never lose. Actually, I'll be on Lynn's team and we can beat Jorge. Let's see, which won't happen, but we can pretend. And then let's see. Susie asked a great question. She said, do we do hashtags to add our location, or do we actually put our location? Definitely put your location when you're putting a reel. Always, the more information you can put, the better, especially when you're in real estate. There's so many profiles that I look at and I can't tell where a realtor is. That is like the most important thing that you can do. A lot of people want to be like, I'm broad, or they just forget to put it. Definitely put your location. So awesome questions, guys. Keep asking. In fact, I'm going to show you real quick how to put the Realtor Hive app on your phone, not only because Lynn has to go, but because I think this would benefit everybody. And if you're not on the Realtor Hive app real quick, you know, because you're here, I want to make sure that you have access to it. And this will take 2 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and share the app to the chat, and you don't have to upload it right now, but I'm going to go ahead and share it. And I'm going to put it in the chat here. That's not the app. Here we go. Oh, just spilled my coffee everywhere. All right, so there's the app in case you don't have it. And so it's a user-based app or a web-based app. So all you have to do, and this is really cool, guys, because you can do this for any website. So you could do this for your website, you could do this for your contact card.
So nice.
Actually, a really cool thing that you can do, and it's Android or iPhone. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go here. The screen okay?
Yes, looks great.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go to the website. So I'm going to go, let me see if I can, now that I don't have it on my phone. Let's see, I'm going to share my bookmark copy. Okay, so I'm going to go to the website and I'm going to put it here. Okay, so now I'm on the website. I'm getting there because it's a web-based app, right? You do have to have a personal email to get in. So make sure you send that to me because I have to let you in on the back end.
Jenny,
yeah.
Brandy said that she didn't have access. Is that probably because of the personal email, or is it?
Probably. Yeah, and I can help you later with that for sure. So send me your personal email. I'll add it on the back end, and then I'll let you know when you're in, and then you can try it again. 100%.
That's it, Brandy. That's what the deal is. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why it doesn't allow. I upgraded to allow business emails, and then it only allows for 30 users versus a million. Makes no sense, but yeah, you have to use a personal email. Okay. So what you're going to do to add it to your home screen is this button up here in the top right with the square and the arrow, the share button. You're going to tap that, and it may be in a different place based on where you're, you know, on your, if you're Android or not, but look for that share button. And then if you scroll up, there's going to be an add to home screen. And you're simply going to tap that button and name it, which should already be in there, but, and then click add. And it'll be there. And that's it. Any questions about that?
I'm taking down your email, so we'll make sure we do that in the back end.
And then once you do that, it'll be here on your phone like a normal app. So it'll be right there. Okay. You good?
Lynn said not getting it for some reason.
Okay. Lynn, we'll walk through your phone together then, because I don't know why it's, do you have an Android or an iPhone?
She has an iPhone.
Okay, just make sure, Lynn, that when you're doing this, that you're not hitting the 3 dots at the bottom. That's a big thing. Make sure you're hitting up at the browser where it says the Realtor Hive or wherever your browser name is, that you're looking for the square with the share button. Make sure that's the button that you're touching. Okay. All right. But if you can't find it, then I'll help you one-on-one. We can even meet in person if you need to. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. And let's see. Let me quit sharing my phone. And all right, let's go. Let me, sorry, y'all. Okay, so let's talk about Instagram 101. Please feel free to ask any questions. Jen's going to be looking at the chat as well. Okay, so this is our navigating the app series. If I can turn the page, that would be awesome. Okay, so first of all, I want you guys to have your phone out so you can be going through your app with us. We're going to be just going through very simply. Like I said, this is going to be really quick, and just making sure that you know what the basic buttons are. Because if you know what these are, then you'll have a lot of, you'll be empowered to do a lot more moving forward. So first of all, your home feed. When you first, so go ahead and open the Instagram app. And so when you first open the Instagram app, just freshly open it. That first feed is going to be your home feed. I have Precious Wilkes Gidner on mine.
Ah,
he's so precious.
Trapped in time forever.
I know, he's so cute. And what this is you're going to see posts and stories from people that you follow. It's just like Facebook. So if you scroll up and down, that's what you're going to be seeing. But you're also going to be seeing sponsored posts, so ads, right? And then recommended posts as well, based on what Instagram feels like you're going to be interested in, based on how you interact with the app. So if you like something, comment on something, if you even pause and watch something for a certain amount of time, then Instagram's going to take note of that and they're going to start recommending certain content. Okay. Like Bella literally told me yesterday, she is very particular about what she likes and comments on because that's how she decides what she sees on her feed. So just realize that what you're liking and commenting on, or even what you're pausing and watching, is going to determine what's going to come up and what's going to be recommended by Instagram. Okay. So it's people that you follow, but also it's going to be recommended in sponsored posts as well. At the very top is going to be stories. So those circle icons at the very top, those are stories from people that you follow and only people that you follow. They could be some sponsored ones as well, but other than that, it's just people that you follow. So those are posts that people put up and they disappear in 24 hours. Okay. So that is your main feed. And that's when you click the home button right here. Okay. Home button right there. If you go one button over, and I always forget to utilize this button, but it's actually pretty amazing. If you go one button over to the home button, this is the search and explore button. And Instagram is so good at knowing some things that you might be into. And so if you click this button, it will help you discover new content and trends, but you can also search for content. So you can search using keywords. The search isn't really great. It's not as good as TikTok search, but it's fine. You know, it's good. And it'll help you search for accounts, which that works really well. But, and it'll help you search for audio, hashtags, anything like that. The hashtags definitely works well and the accounts works well. But
topic isn't as
is a little rougher. Yeah, absolutely. But that is the search and explore. And that's a really cool way to use the app and also kind of change up your feed a little bit. So that's the search and explore tab right there. If you go to the right from that tab, you'll see the plus button. If you tap that, that will allow you to either take a photo or a video or choose one from your library to post. So I think we always forget that we can also just take a photo or take a video, but you can also add one from your library as well. So that's what that button is right there. And then the button to the right of that, and these buttons may look a little different for you, is our Reels button, where you can go and you can watch short videos from creators. The time can vary. Mine now go up to 3 minutes. Some people, they can only go up to 60 seconds, 90 seconds. So it really just depends on every creator's account. And also the way the feed looks can be different. So notice this is a post that Bella made. This may look like different feeds. This is actually Bella's. This is one post by Bella. And notice that this actually isn't a very good example, but some people, if you see the length of this post right here, this is like a 4x5. Some people have the ability now, whenever, not the ability, their feed is now in a 4x5. Every single post is a 4x5. Other people still have like the 1:1 ratio. And so just realize that when you're posting, how your pictures come across is going to be different based on what the user's feed is. Does that make sense? So you may post it as a 1:1 or a 4x4, however you want to think about it. But if I have a 4x5 feed, that's how I'm going to view it. So that's kind of one of the Instagram things. So just make sure your content's like in the middle. It's the easiest way to think about it. Okay. So this is your Reels tab, and I'll show you an example of the feed when I'm talking about. And this is where you're going to watch short videos from creators and accounts that you follow. Once again, there's going to be recommended as well as followed posts as well, or sponsored posts as well. Any questions about those 4 buttons? Okay. I just want to hit the arrow that you did, Jen. I'm always like,
I know. Sorry.
It's so big. I want to hit it. Okay. The button to the far right is by far like one of the most important buttons. That is your profile button. If you tap that button, you will be able to edit your post. You'll be able to see your profile. You'll be able to edit your bio and all of your account settings. And it's also what other people see when they go to your account. So this is kind of like your website, if you will, what people see. Okay. Notice that my images, that Jen and I's images are a little bit longer. That's the 4x5 I'm talking about. Okay.
And when you're looking at yours, it could look, those squares. So
Yeah.
it could look just slightly different, but
yeah, it's not that big of a deal. But it just, the good thing about the 4x5 is when your picture shows up, it takes up more of the screen. That's the whole idea behind it. At the very top, and this is something that you definitely can take advantage of right here where this red rectangle is, you're going to see the number of posts that either, if you're on your account, obviously, that you've made, or that someone else has made if you're on their account, the number of followers that you have, and the number of people that you're following. But the cool thing also is that you can actually tap each one of these for details. So you can tap the post number and you can go look at your posts. You can tap the followers and go see who your followers are. So one cool thing about that is that you could easily tap that and go DM 20 of them a day and just connect with your community, which is a great way to keep them engaged, but also tell the algorithm that you have a relationship with them and make sure that they continue seeing your content, but also kind of remind the people that you know that you forget that you know, right? There's people in our lives all the time that are like, oh my gosh, I haven't heard from her in forever. So that's a great way to stay connected with people. And then of course, the following tab, same thing. You can click on this and you can see who you're following and you can DM them as well. So that is what these 3 buttons do. So they're not static. You can actually tap them and get more information. Okay. And then at the very top, as I mentioned earlier, if we go back to the home feed, we click that home button again. So we go back to the very far left and click the home button. As I mentioned, those are the stories at the very top where you're going to see photos or videos from people that you follow that they've posted in the last 24 hours, but some of them can be sponsored as well. If you click one of the stories, so I clicked Wilkes's story right here, he has the winter goggles on. Okay, I just tapped it. Then if you tap a profile icon, you can now view their story. And so now I see what Wilkes's story is, right? He committed to Otterbein, which we're very excited about, our little baby. If you want to X out of the story without doing anything, you can click the X in the top right-hand corner. And then you just go back to your feed. If you want to communicate in some way with Wilkes, you can send him a direct message at the bottom by clicking send message, and you can write something to him just like you would a comment on a feed, but it goes directly to Wilkes and only you and him are seeing it, right? Congratulations.
That's a great way. It's commenting on stories is so easy because it's something that you can do right there at the top of your feed. But the thing that's so nice about it that Jenny's talking about is that you do start a direct conversation with them, which is a little bit nicer. Like you're then having, it's a little bit more connected.
Absolutely. And it also, once again, it helps tell the algorithm that relationship, but more importantly, it keeps you connected with your community. And so we always talk about the 10, 10, 10, right? Like making 10, adding 10 followers a day or following 10 people a day, making 10 posts, or not making 10 posts, commenting on 10 stories a day, and then commenting on 10 posts. So this could be part of your 10, 10, 10. Susie,
Absolutely.
there should be a way to X out because swiping back would just take you to the previous story. But I'm curious about that. So I don't know because I don't have an Android. There's got to be a way for you to get out though. Because I think this is an Instagram wide thing, not an iPhone.
I'm trying to look it up.
Yeah, we look that up, Jen. You could be right, by the way. I don't know. Maybe you don't have a lot of people. Are you not following a lot of people, maybe?
Trying to see there.
Okay, you have to press the back button. I have an Android. Oh, is there a literal back button?
We have a back button.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can go back, like you guys
back.
can't do that.
I thought you meant you swipe back, but there's an actual.
Well, I can swipe on mine because they have Android. You can either have a little button, or in my phone, I just swipe. Like I have gestures, so I just have to swipe, and it's like going back.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
It's really, iPhone doesn't have it. My iPad, I'm always trying to do
I
that and forget. I don't have it.
Thank you. Thank you. I thought you meant you swiped on the story like this because when I do that, I go to the previous story.
Right. No. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. It's like a different language, right? It's like a whole other system.
Yes, it definitely.
It's like when I'm trying to work on a PC, I'm like, I don't know where the buttons are. I have no idea. So, okay. Very cool. Thank you for telling me that though, because I had no idea. Okay. To see the next story, you're going to swipe forward. And so just so you know, if you want to skip whatever's going, like whatever Wilkes has to say, you can go to the next person. And if you want to see additional stories that Wilkes is talking about, if he's posted additional stories, you can tap his picture. And if he's posted anything else, then additional stories from him will come up. Okay. You also, by the way, can hit this heart button to show support. And you can also share stories if he's given permission to do that. So those are other ways to interact with his story as well. Alrighty. Okay. If you scroll down on your main feed, you're going to see posts and videos, like I said, of accounts that you follow, and you're going to see recommended posts. I want to make sure that I said that because I didn't write that earlier. But also on these posts, you can interact with them as well. So on every single post, you can actually just tap the post, or there's going to be a heart icon that you can tap on. And if you like it, and then you're like, I didn't mean to like that, which I think everyone's probably done, like,
Sure.
You know, my daughter, her friend is going on a date and we're like on his LinkedIn, and last night she's like, he can see when you're looking at his LinkedIn. I'm like, too late. You know, it's kind of like that. Right? So when you're stalking a pre-date for your friends, for your friend. So if you like it and you want to unlike it, you just tap it again and it'll unlike it. So that is how you do that. Also below the post, you can see the number of likes that a post has, unless the user has disabled that. So do know that you can also disable the number of likes that you have on your post for people to see or for you to see. So that is going to be shown underneath the heart button as well. If you scroll down below that, you're going to see the post captions and comments. The caption is what the author of the post has written about the post. They're just giving more information about the post, right? So you can tap on that caption. Notice this says ... more, and you can read more about the caption. A lot of times in there, they give what we call a call to action. So they're asking you to do something like comment if you have a question, or, write this word if you want my guide, something like that, right? So this is where the caption is. And so when we're talking about captions and hashtags, this is what we're talking about. Okay. And so also this is where all of the comments are going to be, which we all love sometimes to get in the comments. And you can tap more, and then all of the comments will pop up if they have enabled for people to make comments. So that's where you can read the other comments as well. Any questions about that? Okay. Next to the heart are the comments button, or is the comment button. So if you want to comment on the post, all you have to do is comment right here. Are you opening the door, Rambo? And then you can also share a post. So there's a paper icon, paper plane icon right here, and that will enable you to share the post if you want to share it. And it gives you different options on where you want to share it to. And that is it, guys. That is the very first part of navigating the app. It's that simple. We wanted to keep it really short and sweet. And obviously we're going to get very deep into the Instagram app, but we want to make sure that this was just the basics. Any questions?
I have one, and I apologize that I came in late.
No, it's okay.
If it is that I am sharing a story, no, if it is that I put a post in, am I able to share that as a story, or do I have to do story first and then take the post?
It's a great question.
Go ahead, Jen. Rambo's barking.
Yeah, you are so good. You can easily share a post to a story. So at the very bottom of your screen, like if you tap on where the actual post is that you put on your screen or on your post, you are going to just tap so that it opens.
Mm-hmm.
And then your next thing is you're just going to go to the the very bottom where the paper airplane icon is.
Mm-hmm.
When you type to the when you have the paper airplane there, you should have a bar that comes across the bottom of the screen that then will say copy link, add to story, share to.
Okay.
And so that's that's one of the most common things people ask about is sharing to your stories, because they see how people shared to stories and what it looked like. And Jenny mentioned earlier, this was a question that my husband was asking last night.
Jen?
Yes. Okay. That little plus button that says add to story is what but a lot of things that people ask all the time, they'll see a story that someone else shared. And if somebody else shared it, sometimes you can't share it unless it's been given permission to you. So that's why sometimes people have trouble with sharing someone else's story.
Okay, so which one was it? I know you guys taught in the past on a particular method on how to share so that it gets more views and you get more followers. What was that process? Was it stories first or post first?
It might have been, go ahead, Jen.
No, I was not, I'm trying to imagine how it was said. So
They have been, yeah, honestly, I can't remember in particular. I know recently we talked about engagement stickers. Would that have been it? Maybe?
No, so before it is you started doing this one, when you had us on that, I think it was like a 90-day challenge or something like that. It's been some time.
Okay.
You had us, when we first started setting up Instagram, you said in order to get more followers, get more engagement, get more views, you have to post it this way. So I don't remember if it was post to stories, and then after the stories, you put it into your post. so that it gets more views, or
It's,
was
it's probably the opposite way around. So you're going to
Yeah.
do a post and then go into your story and post it in, like, after you take your post, you put it into your story.
okay?
Yeah,
And
so what's gonna happen is, it's a little bit,
it's also
so
changed.
it depends. Yeah, it depends what you're posting to. So this is the difficult part. So for instance, if I'm posting a reel, like this is a reel, right? It's a video,
Mhm.
then reels can be shown to anyone. So that means that you can get more followers, right? Because that can be shown as recommended content to people. And so if you make a reel, then that's already exposing you to a bunch of people that maybe you weren't exposed to if it's deemed as great content, right? If a lot of people are engaging with it and it's shareable content, then how you can then get more views on that is you can share it and add it to your story. And then, but that's only going to be seen in your story by people that follow you. Does that make
Right.
sense? Because
It
your
does.
stories are that follow you. So just keep that in mind. But it's great, right? We want that, because obviously that's going to be the low hanging fruit and the people who are going to be most likely to refer us when it comes to real estate business. So that's typically how we do it, because it's really hard. You can't really post a story and then put it on your feed without downloading it first. And then, does that make sense?
It does. So then when you're uploading a reel, if you use Instagram's, just say lettering and all that other stuff, does it tell them that you're engaging more with the app versus if I just uploaded the video, just say from CapCut and just threw it right into the reels? I'm just trying to get Instagram to see me more.
Gotcha.
Well, according to this guy, Adam,
It's right.
I mean,
right there.
whether or not it's true or not, Adam's actually right there. So this is the head of Instagram. What he says, and he literally just talked about this, is that Instagram doesn't care where you edit the video. So you could edit it in CapCut, you could edit it wherever you want. That doesn't matter to them. We do recommend that when you upload a video, so like, let's say I'm going to upload a video to, let's say I'm going to upload this. Let's pretend like this is, let's see, let me see if I can find an actual video. Okay. So let's say I'm going to upload this. Okay. And I edited it in Captions. That's an app, right? What I do recommend is that you maybe put first time home buyers to tell the app a little bit about what it's about. And then what you can do is you can make this tiny.
Okay.
Move it off the screen. I don't think that's really going to make a difference. I'm going to be honest, because in your captions, you're going to be saying what it's about as well. It can also hear you. So,
And yeah, if you mention something in your speech about first-time home buyers, or if you're talking about, like, it knows what you're saying.
Yeah, but it is probably good to be like construction, you know what I mean? Like things like that, and just quickly move it off the screen. Just do that really fast, and then you can go ahead and post it. But what they do care about is they care about if there is a TikTok logo on it or something like that. So that is different. So if you download a video from TikTok and you post that and it shows the TikTok icon, then they're going to suppress the video.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
I had a quick question.
Yes.
Sure.
So, you know, when you're going to post a reel, it gives you a trial.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that? Does it actually even ever post it to your feed, or is it just strictly throwing it out there? And
yeah, it puts it out just to a certain amount of people. I can't remember how many exactly. It might be a couple hundred or 50. I can't remember exactly how many. And then it's literally sending it out to a certain amount of people. And I don't even know that it's people that you know. It's just literally sending it out to see how it does. So
Mhm.
basically it's like, I don't know how this video is going to do, and I don't want to put it on my feed, right? And so if it does well, then I'll add it to my feed. So that's really what it's for. And it's kind of like a trial period on an app. You're like, I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. I don't want to pay for it yet. And so if the video does well, then you can add it to your feed. So the idea is that you're going to trial it, and then you're going to check to see how it did. And then if you're happy with the results, then you can add it to your feed.
Okay, so because I did one and I honestly don't know what happened to the video. Like
Okay.
I don't know.
Like where it went.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
gone.
Like I found
like-
it and now it's gone. So you still
Exactly.
can't see it on your feed?
No.
Huh.
Did you do it recently, or was it a little bit ago?
Maybe a week.
That's interesting. I don't.
Let me try to. Yeah, I don't ever use that
So
feature.
I was just wondering if there was
Yeah.
another spot that I can look to see if it's sitting somewhere.
Maybe check
like-
your drafts.
Oh, okay. That'd
Maybe
be
Yeah,
a good.
that's definitely a place I would look.
I'll try to post a trial today, and then
We can
maybe
make a video about it.
yeah, text me later and be like, Jenny, where's that trial? Just remind me, because I'll forget. And I'll be like, I'll tell you where. Did it go away? Did it, something like that. Yeah. I'm kind of like, here it is, world. In fact, Jen and I found a video before he found it.
Well, I heard that if you use it, it gets you out to more people that are
Well-
not following you. So that maybe it's a little bit more exposure.
The whole idea is that it shows in the trial section with the smaller amount of people, it shows it to people basically to see what their response is going to be, if they like it or not. So it is a way to try and see what the exposure is. There's not a real guarantee that they could see it, but unless it really speaks to them, it's not necessarily going to do well. So it's sort of but it
Trial
is.
by error.
Yes, exactly. So it is,
Yeah.
but it is something that you could try. It says here that they don't disappear, that they remain on your account, and they're only visible to non-followers until you choose it to show. So I'm not sure what it looks like on your end. So Jenny and
Okay,
I
I'll have to
do
go
one.
look.
I feel like
Yeah.
it must be on your feed still.
Me
And then you
too.
go to edit it, and then you choose to add it to followers.
That's what
I
it
feel like
seems.
it would be.
That's what it seems to me too. But
Okay.
honestly, I don't mess with it very much. I've done it a couple of times, but
Yeah,
haven't
it's
seen
on
it
the
very
video.
Yeah, and
So-
that's kind of why I figured let me try and see
Yeah,
what happens.
totally.
But then I'm like, wait, I took a lot of time to do the video. Maybe I should just post it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Where'd it go?
no, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Of
No,
course.
that's a great question. I probably should start using that feature more. Jen and I, we pulled up some videos of us from a few years ago, and we were dying. We were like, who in the world let us post this? Like,
There's
it's
yeah.
mortifying.
there's some pretty bad ones.
It's bad. Jorge was watching it over and over again, laughing so hard. I'm like, this is so embarrassing. Ugh. So yeah, they should have had a trial back then, or maybe it would have gone viral, but I wouldn't see it. I looked like, Lord,
I don't know if it would have mattered, Jenny. I think we probably still have posted it. It didn't matter.
yeah, that's true. We've been like, this is awesome. This is amazing. Oh Lord. Anything else, guys? Okay, so next week, and it's in the app, the event under events. We have, let me see what it is. And I might alter it a little bit because I want to go through the app a little bit more. But I have scheduled crafting your bio. So that is what next week is, which is a great one. So that is what next Thursday is. And anytime we have meetings from now on, all you have to do is go to hivehangout.com and it'll lead you here, right? Pretty cool. Took us long enough to figure that one out.
We just keep getting better.
5 years. 5 years. So that might be something that y'all consider, right? If you're meeting with clients, you can actually buy a domain, take your Zoom link, forward the domain to the Zoom link.
It's the truth.
And then anytime you're meeting with people, isn't that cool? So I just bought the domain hivehangout.com and I forwarded it to my personal Zoom meeting link. And now
We got it.
that's it. Isn't that cool? I know, right?
Oh, cool. I love that.
Yes.
I know.
I'll be
Because if
reaching
you-
out if I can't get that to happen for me, because you just exploded my brain here for a second.
Right?
Right?
It's
Much better.
like those things are super cool. So you can be like, meet with blah, 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 or whatever you want to make it, but it just makes it so much easier. And because I tried to get a personalized one through Zoom, and it's either it
That's-
used to be so
it was so expensive.
and so yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. Well, guys, I hope y'all have an amazing day. If any other questions pop up, definitely let us know. We are here for you guys, both lending and marketing. And I think other than video accountability on Monday, and then we have on Wednesday, we have Buzz to Business at 9, open office hours at 9:30, and then Instagram. Is that on when's the Buzz to Business? Wednesday, Jen?
Buzz to Business is Wednesday at 9 to 9:30.
Instagram on Thursday. Alrighty.
I missed this week's Wednesday Buzz to Business. Is it in the recordings?
We
It
don't
actually-
record that one, right, Jen?
I recorded it. Yeah.
Oh, you
It's
did?
recorded and posted, and yeah,
Awesome.
yes. I haven't put it into the app, so we need to do that. But it
Okay,
is recorded and posted at the top of the group, and we'll add it to the app today.
perfect.
Okay, but it's in the group on Facebook?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay,
And then any
Okay.
classes will be in the app under class recordings.
okay. Thank you.
Awesome, guys. Well, have a great day.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.